guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink. Today we're going to talk about jazz guitar essentials, and we're going to talk about the Lydian mode, and I'm going to introduce the Lydian mode to you, give you an idea of the sound, and then we go further in this tutorial. And so on. You already hear it. The sound is quite, I would say, mystic. I personally really love the Lydian mode. And in this tutorial, we're going to talk about how you get out the essentials out of the Lydian mode and the easy way. And let's get started. If you have followed this entire jazz guitar essential course, you probably notice we're always in the key of C, and in this case, that would lead to F Lydian. So we're on the key of C, C major, D minor, Dorian, E minor Phrygian, now F Lydian. But we were going to talk specifically about F Lydian today, and we want to figure out how to approach this mode as fast as possible. F major. So we first figure out the typical chords which we can use for F Lydian. Of course, the regular F major 7. You can take many others, just the regular ones. I'm just choosing the one here in the position where we're going to figure out some ideas just shortly after. F major 7. If you want to highlight F Lydian, you can also choose something like this. This is a G with the F in the bass. You can also switch between F and G with the F in the bass. This also creates the typical Lydian sound. Or you can take this voicing here, 8 fret 9, 9, 10. This is also an F major 7, sharp 11 or flap 5. You can call it however you want. Or you can also take this one here. As the tube is quite hard to grab, you make a bar here in the 7th, and here you go in the 8th on the A string and on the B string. So again, here we have the typical F Lydian sound. So you can just noodle around, make little chord licks just with these chords. I must admit, this one is a bit tough, but you can make your life easier just taking like this. Because often, if you do a little riff, you just play the top 4 strings, and since you have the relation to the F here, you don't need to play the bass note, because the bass note basically makes your life hard here on this chord. Okay, so these are the chords which can be used in this position. Of course, there are others, but this might give you some ideas how to proceed with the Lydian mode. Now, as it's a major 7 chord, of course, it's a major key. So all major keys have one thing in common. You can use the major pentatonics on them. So we select here the F major pentatonic in this position here, which would lead to. Okay. Now comes the trick. If you wanna make combinations, you can, since the next chord will be G7, you can also use a major G major pentatonics. We come to that, back to that just in a second. So, but we have here the F major, pentatonic. Or what I always do, I use this 3-note per string pattern. Here will be this one here, F Lydian. When you learn the mode, learn the intervals by heart, because it's not about noodling around the up and down the mode, it's about knowing the notes. You have the root, we have the 2, we have the triad, we have the sharp 11 or flat 5, whatever you wish. We have the 5, we have the 6, we have the 7, 1, 2, 3, sharp 11 or 9, 8, 9. Here's the triad, sharp 11, 5th, 13. So this will be the mode. Now if you want to highlight the Lydian mode, of course the sharp 11 here, the B, is the key note. So you dance around that note. You can play anything you want, something like this, or what is always nice to figure out, let's say the F major 7 arpeggio, also 9, and then maybe go back to the sharp 11. Something like this. Or yeah, you can do this. That's a very typical phrase. You make F major 7 and you go back with a G major arpeggio. That's a very common way to figure out the Lydian mode. You play the two major chords beside, play them in a row. Or, as I already said before, you can also just go up with the pentatonics. Let's see how that works. That sounds quite nice. Now let's do this with the triads. Works pretty nice all with the pentatonics. Works. But you don't need to go too wild with that stuff. But the basic thing is that you play around the major arpeggio, which is this one here, resolve it on the 9, which would be this here, and then probably go back on the sharp 11, or directly. Something like that works really nice, or as I said. But by the way, that's the theme of a Southern Samba. You probably know the tune. I need to play it during my studies. So then you can just play around and really figure out, work around the major chord and those two notes. It's the G and the B. With this, the G is the 9 and the B is a sharp 11. I'll show you a few clips. Or direct here. Just really focus around those two notes, and that's basically how it works. And it's quite cool. You can also do it with octaves if you wish. That will be something like. guys, that was Jazz Guitar Essentials, the Lydian mode. Teaching jazz guitar is quite a task. Why? Because there are many ways you can go, you know, and my method is to figure out really the essential part of a mode and make combinations with stuff which you already know pretty well. And that's what we did here using the pentatonics and figuring out in the mode, in the pattern, where the two relevant notes are, but basically the main relevant note, the B, the sharp 11, where it is, to play around that note, and also to figure out how to make it sound quite Lydian, and also the chords, of course. Well, that's just a technical thing, but the rest is, I mean, you must like the mode to, you know, if you really want to sit on this B, if it's not in your hearing experience to really get this Lydian out so much, it's probably not for you, or you find other ways to deal with it. You know, it's, as I said, there are many ways, many methods, and I'm just presenting mine and my understanding how jazz guitar should sound. Of course, yeah. Anyhow, I wrote down everything I was talking about. I wrote down a few licks, I wrote down the chords, the patterns, plus I produced this really cool backing track where I play the piano. The stuff is available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there, please become a premium member, please subscribe to my channel here, share to the world that me and Dr. Pink are existing, and if you love my method of teaching jazz guitar, come back for more, because there's more to come. We're now at Lydian, next will be Mixolydian, and so on and so on. And once we are through the 7 main modes, then we're gonna get to the more interesting stuff. Yo, see you guys.